night, and Lou Dort actually was the guy who injured Paul George by accident, of course. Like, it wasn't like purposefully, but Paul George injured last night's game because of Lou Dort. I thought that was just a good segue.
Yeah, this is no surprise, and it really sucks because Paul George, especially in the last 2 weeks, was really starting to feel himself confidence-wise, and this has happened for like 5 straight years. It sucks. It's going to depend on what the injury is. Really,
So
doesn't look good.
Paul George left the Los Angeles Clippers 100 to 101 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder in the fourth quarter due to a right leg injury. George suffered the injury when his knee appeared to collide with Lou Dort's knee in midair. George then awkwardly landed and stayed on the ground. Ty Lue said that George was still being evaluated after the game. George left the arena with his leg extended on the back of a cart.
Yeah.
So
not pleased. He had his leg got like clamped in the middle of Lou's legs.
Well,
he couldn't land properly.
Okay, the last time Paul George missed a game was January 29th at Cleveland, the second night of a back-to-back. And 12 days after that, George missed 5 straight games due to right hamstring soreness. Prior to that, George missed 2 games in December because of right knee soreness and 7 straight games after injuring his right hamstring tendon on November 19th. So the 13 veteran has, seemed to start to get his, groove back, his 32-year-old legs, and then he got hurt. And George wasn't able to talk about anything after the game. But what we do know is that George stayed down after this, and outside of his devastating compound fracture on the same leg that he hurt last night, this may be the most concerning in-game injury for Paul George. The Clippers are expected to update George's status on Wednesday. If the Clippers can say that George is day-to-day after this hyperextension, then it would be a rare stroke of good fortune, both for George and the franchise. Even a Giannis Antetokounmpo-style recovery would be greatly welcome. In Game 4 of the 2021 Eastern Conference Finals, the Bucks star suffered a hyperextended left knee, but returned in only a week for the NBA Finals in 2021. Now, with 9 games left in the regular season, they're currently the 5th seed. They're trying to avoid the play-in, and we know Kawhi already missed time last year to recover from that partially torn ACL, and we're hoping this is just a hyperextension. But that's it. I don't want to read any more of this article. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, if he's out for any type of extended period, they're effed. I mean, they're completely done. But who knows that he could get a Giannis stroke of good luck. It didn't look good, I'll tell you that. I mean, I'm saying it could even be, it could be the ACL, could be the PCL, could be a hamstring. Who knows what it is? I guess we'll find out today, but it doesn't look good at all. But yeah, who knows? He could get a stroke of good luck. Probably the worst thing imaginable for the Clippers, but it's not that crazy because it's like the 5th year in a row. At least they have Russ.
Is this the last year?
Yeah.
You just can't keep going.
I don't like to get into this speculation, but I really don't think Kawhi was all that thrilled with the Russell Westbrook acquisition.
Well, Kawhi was one of the guys who pushed for it.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you, he was somebody. Russell and Paul George wanted.
Paul George wanted Russell Westbrook.
Paul George and Kawhi Leonard wanted Russell Westbrook because they wanted a pure point guard. I'm telling you right now, that's what was being reported the whole time. Now, Russell Westbrook will be one of the guys who will need to step up in this, Paul George role. I mean, Terrence Mann's a good guy. And Thomas Perez agrees that why would Kawhi do that?
Kawhi do what?
Yeah, Thomas, are you saying why would he be against it or why would he be for it? You did kind of just leave us vaguely right here, Thomas. But
him and Leonard loved getting Westbrook on board.
I think if he misses a week, it's fine. If he misses a week, it's fine.
Max 3.
I think he needs to come back before the play-in or playoffs, whatever. You need to be healthy for the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
And oh my God, Jalen Johnson. You are funny. Sucks for Paul George, but could be a good thing for us Rockets fans since we got their pick this year from the Eric Gordon trade. I love you, Jalen Johnson. You are funny, buddy. That's a good. Always finding the silver lining for the Rockets. And
There was a
Thomas,
period where it looked like they were gonna fall out of the playoffs for like a
you're about to
week.
get a lottery pick.
Yeah.
So why would he be for us? Because from my understanding, listening to and reading capital J's in the NBA world, they said that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George very much, played the propaganda and beated the drum for Russell Westbrook to be signed by the Clippers because they told Ty Lue in the front office that they did not believe they had a true point guard on this roster and that they needed a true point guard on this roster, and Russell Westbrook was the best true point guard at the time available.
Yeah, it's just 2 years ago he didn't want him. I don't know. It's just I know Paul is more vocal about it. He actually was super vocal about wanting. I'm just wondering what Kawhi thinks deep down. But their issues aren't just Russell Westbrook. I also call cap on it, but no one really knows anything about Kawhi. So
Yeah,
I just think if he didn't want him 2 years ago, I don't know why he wants him now, because he's been he's a bench player, or was a bench player rather.
No, yeah, you're right. But let's move over